Brian Burda, Director of World Missions for the Salvation Army in Canada and Bermuda, was on the ground in Haiti 1 week following the earthquake that left hundreds of thousands without shelter, food, or water.
Haiti is a country, even before the earthquake, that had very little infrastructure. Particularly, you would notice it in a city like Port-au-Prince, a very large city, well over 2 million people, but completely lacking in the type of infrastructure that we know and even a lot of African countries have. But when I arrived, I noticed complete devastation and utter chaos. There just seemed to be no organization, no direction to where people were going, or no purpose in them moving from place to place. It just seemed to lack any aims or goals or purposes in what was going on. And of course, the physical scene, as I've said, was the devastation was immense to see so many homes and buildings that had completely knocked over and fallen down in the earthquake. Just adjacent to the Salvation Army compounds is a large soccer field, and the people after the earthquake were afraid to go inside any building, and many of them, their homes were completely demolished. So they simply found 4 poles of any kind. It could be tree branches, they could be broomsticks, they could be anything. They went into the soccer field, they dug them into the ground as 4 corner posts, and then wrapped them up with whatever material they could find, bed sheets, green garbage bags, whatever, put a roof on it, and that became their home. Hundreds and hundreds, yea, thousands of these dwellings, if that's what we call them, sprung up in the soccer field. It became a tent city, and thousands of people are there. The UN has now asked the Salvation Army to take charge of that soccer field, plus a plaza that's across the road and just down the street a little bit from the territorial or the divisional headquarters, and to operate it as an official IDP, internally displaced persons camp. So the Salvation Army has accepted that responsibility. Because of the utter devastation, several things have happened. The Parliament building and the presidential palace was destroyed. The president of Haiti himself is homeless. 2 of the top parliamentary ministers were killed. The top 2 UN officials who were living and working in Haiti were killed. 2 of the Canadian International Development Agency people were killed. So it's like a snake almost with the head cut off. A bad analogy, I suppose, but a lot of the decision-making power was destroyed in the earthquake. And so now we have to get all of this together to be coordinated. So the UN is playing a great role. They're operating what we call clusters for all the various things that are needed: food, water, medicine, logistics. So all our representatives keep going to those cluster meetings and find out what is needed. But because of the utter devastation and the complete chaos, it's very, very difficult to get organized. Haiti is a country that's had, sad to say, bad governance for 70 or 80 years. And so there was really no infrastructure to start with. Then what little bit was there was destroyed, and yet they have to play a role. This is, after all, their country. We need to work in concert and in cooperation with the Haitian officials. So it's such a huge organizational job to get it all done, but it is starting to happen. I think one of the things that I'm never ceased to be amazed about is that in spite of the devastation, in spite of the loss of life, we saw during the day the local economy, such as it is, starting to spring to life. People trying to go about their daily business, the little stalls that are operated just out of little wooden boxes that sell a myriad of different things, still operating on the street corners. People starting to get back at it, and the smiles on their faces. We saw a food distribution at the Salvation Army compound, and when the truck pulled in, thousands of people came to that truck to get food. And one of the first things they did was start to sing "How Great Thou Art." Even amongst this devastation, the people are thankful to the Lord that they not only survived, but that they can continue on and try and make a better life for themselves and their families. We have to be very careful from a Western viewpoint that we don't decide that we have to go in and show them how to do this. We have to go in and partner with the people of Haiti, partner with the Salvation Army there, partner with the people that we are trying to serve, the people that we are trying to help. We don't need people to volunteer to go and paint walls They could do that there. They have people that know how to put cement walls up and things like that. And it could be a little bit arrogant for us to decide that we can do this better than they can. If that's the case, then we need to go in and still work alongside them and help train them and increase their personal capacity, so that at the end of all this, they're better off than they were before, and they have the capacity then to try and respond to any situations that come up. So it's helping them, not doing for them. That's the most important.